set. Today we're going to be going over my February favorites. Hopefully this doesn't go up too late. It's March 2nd. I did film this yesterday, March 1st, but oh my gosh, I wanted to throw up when I was editing it. I, for some reason, thought it would be cute to film it on my monitor camera. Let me actually just show you guys. I have a monitor, and then I could like put my actual laptop down here, and the monitor goes up there, and then I don't know if you can see there's a little camera. And like, I thought it would be cutesy, like, you know, giving like 2000s vibes. And then I was editing it and I absolutely hated it. And I think I hated it because one, the camera quality was trash, and two, I didn't get ready. Like, I didn't do my makeup. So it didn't look good. So we're gonna redo it. I got a little bit ready today. I'm not wearing any eye makeup because my eczema is flaring up. So just work with me. So we're gonna, before we go into the faves, we're gonna just talk about how the month of February went for me. Oh my gosh, guys, literally the start of February, and I was down bad sick. I got sick at the end of January, and I thought it was gonna go away, and it didn't. And I was sick for over a week, almost 2 whole weeks. Supposedly I got bronchitis. I had to go to the doctor twice. It was not fun. It was not fun. I was struggling. And so that was the start of my February. And then like mid-February was around Valentine's Day, and it was so fun. I had such a great Valentine's Day with my best friend. We got all dressed up because, mind you, I had not gotten full beat glams in probably like months, because I had had my eye eczema for a couple months, and then when I got better I got sick, really. So this was the first time like full beat. I'm trying to look back through my camera roll. So we did Valentine's Day, and that was, oh, Slushy Noobs came back too, which was so fun. And then I started to like get back into the groove of things. And then it was one of my friends, Erica's birthday, so we hung out with her. Tahina and I finally took our Christmas photos after literally 2 months. We went to Bainbridge Island, which I love Bainbridge with my whole heart, and like, to me, every time I go to Bainbridge, my heart feels so like refreshed. I also started just getting into a routine of things and just trying to get overall mentally better, and it was just a nice month. I will say though, the last week of February, last week, was just very, very rough for me. I was just going through it, but that's okay. Sometimes you go through it. So let's get into the actual favorites. We have my little list here for you. Number 1 on here, we have the nose patches. So like I mentioned, I got really sick. My body was aching, but I had such a stuffy and runny nose, to the point that I literally could not breathe and was blowing my nose every 5 seconds. It literally, like, my nose started scabbing, the skin. I also realized my lips are dry, sorry. So the skin started scabbing from how much I was blowing my nose. It was not fun. And I found these patches on Amazon. They're called Breathe Right Nasal Strips, extra strength clear. And essentially they just open your nostrils, and like, just, it allows the air to flow in. And guys, I kid you not, when I used these, I felt so much better. And also, like, it just made me sleep so much more comfortably at night. So really recommend these if you're sick and you're like have a runny nose. But also, I feel like just using them in general, I just sleep better for whatever reason. So I would really, really recommend these. They're not too expensive, and they really did make a difference. Number 2 on this list, we have, some of these are not physical, tangible things, but it was like my favorites of the month, so why not? We have eyebrow tinting. I'm trying to get close. I am wearing makeup, but like, if you can kind of see it. Also, I have my yellow light on. Guys, if we didn't have the yellow light, we would be looking like this. Oh, not too bad. Actually, guys, should we just do the rest of the video natural lighting? Sorry, I just changed it up on you last minute. But yeah, if I get closer, I am wearing a little bit of makeup, but I did not fill in my eyebrows today, like, fully. And it's changed the game. I got my eyebrows tinted one other time, I believe it was 2 summers ago, and I paid like, I want to say close to $70, because she shaped it and did like a brow lamination. I don't even know if she laminated them. She might have just like waxed them and then tinted them, and it was so expensive. This was back home in San Jose, and I came back home and I was like, I cannot believe I just wasted my money on this, like this, and I was just not happy with the results. Right before Valentine's Day, I really needed to get my eyebrows threaded because, like I said, I had been down in the dumps for a couple months, like appearance wise, because of my eczema and getting sick. And so I don't typically get my eyebrows threaded very often, just because I do have very like thin eyebrows, so I can usually just pluck them. But I went and she was like, do you want to get tinted? And I said yes. And I'm not gonna lie, the first day I was like, oh my gosh, I look very scary. Like, I'm not gonna cry about it, but I look very scary. And I was a little nervous, but then after day 1, I was so in love with it, and it lasted 2 full weeks. I went back yesterday to redo them, and I just loved it. I loved it so much because even on the days where I wasn't wearing makeup, my eyebrows were very vivid, which my eyebrows are like the probably most important part of my makeup routine, because I don't have thin eyebrows or like sparse eyebrows, but the hairs are not thick, if that makes sense. So my shape isn't thin, it's the actual hairs are thin, and so they make my eyebrows look almost very like non-existent. When I was younger it was worse, but now as I'm older, like it's not something that bothers me as much, but just to like have them tinted makes everything easier and so much better. So I would highly recommend it. Number 3, we have having a night routine, and I don't want to talk too much and make this like a 30-minute video, but right at the end of me getting sick, so early February, I saw a video, and I'm probably gonna write like a whole kind of paragraph or essay format in the description if you want to take a look with like all the resources and stuff. But there's this girl that I watched her video, and she was talking about her nighttime routine, because I believe she wakes up at 5 or 6. And something that I took and I have been really trying to implement is that, I'm not sure if this was her time, but it's the time I give myself, that as soon as 8:30 hits, my brain needs to start like moving, like, oh, it's time for bed now. So certain nights that means like, oh, it's 8:30 now, like I need to go to the gym for 30 minutes and just like do something small to make sure I exercise. And then from 9 to 10 I'm getting in the shower and I'm just getting myself ready for bed. So by 10 my booty is in my bed. I don't have to be sleeping, but I can be ready to like read my book or unwind for the day. And that has made such a big difference in my life, I kid you not. Like being able to just sit in bed and for like 10 minutes read my book, oh my gosh, it just has made the biggest difference of like making me just happier. And the days that I don't do that like nighttime routine, oh my gosh, the next day it's a hard wake up. So having that night routine has just really changed it for me, and I'm hoping that I could be very consistent with it, because last week I wasn't, but I was going through it last week. Number 4 on here we have, so I do want to talk about it because I'm going to touch upon it, and I kind of did already, but like I've been trying to keep myself to a schedule and keep myself to a routine, because I realized that with my ADHD, like if I don't have a plan for the day, I'm probably not gonna have a good day. Like I need to have plans and lists and routine and order in my life, or else it's chaos. And so with that, I've also really been trying to better myself, because I slowly am starting to transition into the mindset in a year, or in a couple months, not even a year, when I come back from my last school year to finish this degree, I'm not going to be living with Tahina. I'm going to be living alone. And so that is just like something that's constantly in my brain now, and I'm trying to like train my brain to be like, hey, you are going to be okay. You're going to be okay by yourself, and these are things you're going to do that are going to make you happy, even if you're alone. Like physically alone, that I don't have like my best friend living with me. So for me, I've been trying to also implement exercising, which I know no one wants to hear the spiel about exercising and eating healthy, but guys, I'm sorry to be that person, but the people weren't lying when they said eating right and moving your body does make a difference. As someone who's lived in Seattle now for what, almost 4 years, that Seattle depression in the winter, rough. I might not be sad during the day, but when the night comes, I'm yearning, I'm screaming, I want my mom and dad the ripe age of 21. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard out here. So doing these little things really just, like, it clicks. Something in my brain clicks when I start doing them. So one of them has been eating healthier, or let me switch that, eating more whole foods instead of eating junk food all the time, because I started to notice a couple weeks ago I was eating straight up junk. And so for me, that meant like eating like raw vegetables, eating more fruits, the meals that I'm making sure they're not super processed, but meals that I can make in my home. Like, I'm cooking the rice, I'm cooking the protein, I'm cooking the sides, you know what I mean? So specifically, the one thing that the last like couple weeks I've loved, oh my gosh, see, I love this so much better. When I recorded this yesterday, these carrots looked great. That's how bad the quality was, but now they look super vibrant in this camera. I've been cutting up carrots and putting them in a jar and then just keeping it as a snack, and it has just been like I feel like a little bunny. Like, I feel like so healthy, and it's yummy to me. I personally love vegetables. I never hated vegetables as a kid, so to me it's like something that like I like and I enjoy. And then specifically, I love eating it with this hummus. It's from Whole Foods. It's the Kava spicy hummus. Super clean ingredients. Like, I can read you every ingredient and I know what it is. And just like eating more whole foods like that. And then going in, you know, hand in hand. Number 5, exercising. I didn't exercise last week, but I'm telling you, I had a really rough week. I cried, I think, almost every single day last week because I felt so overwhelmed. And I kid you, I miss my family so much. And I'm not gonna cry. Oh my gosh, see, okay. Calmada, calmada. I don't know why I've been feeling very, very homesick. No, I do know why I've been feeling homesick. Because usually the last couple of years, I somehow, some way, like with the breaks and birthdays, I go home almost once a month, which is such a blessing. But it's always October and February that I don't get to go home. And February I didn't get to see my family, and so I won't get to see them probably till the end of April, and that's gonna be almost 2 months that I haven't seen my family. And I just, it literally rips me, breaks me to shreds to not see them, because I truly love my family with my whole entire heart. And so exercising, I notice, helps me have such a better attitude and feel just better about myself. Like, I'm taking care of my body, I'm taking care of the body, the temple that the Lord gave me, and I feel good about it. Like, when I feel sore the next day in my legs and my arms, wherever it is, it's like a good sore. Like, I'm happy that I feel this way. And so, like I said, I didn't get to exercise last week, but the week before that I was going consistently. So I was either doing arms or glutes, because I don't want to overwhelm my body by doing so many different things. Arms, glutes, and then on rest days I would either go walk for 30 minutes or I would go on the Stairmaster for 30 minutes. And then one day I would give myself like a actual like rest, like let your body rest today. So exercising has made a difference. And it also, I feel cute wearing cute little like gym outfits, because sometimes I'd be looking like Adam Sandler, but sometimes it's actually nice to dress up and look cute. So yeah, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but exercising and eating clean does make a difference. So try it out, try it out. Going into number 6, I literally am gonna sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, I have been trying to eat less processed food. That doesn't mean I've completely cut it out. Okay, I'm not a maniac. Okay, I can't do that just yet. At my core, I am a little Mexican girl, and that's what I will always be. And so with that being said, I might be getting a computer science degree. I might be breaking the norms, you know, the stereotypes. But the one stereotype I can't break is that I'll always be a hot Cheeto girl. Like, I love me hot Cheetos. I specifically, my favorites are hot Cheetos with lime. I know my sister loves the extra flaming hot, the black bag. I know people who just like the regular bag, you know what I mean? Like, but I love hot Cheetos. So as a kid, that was the chip I always wanted to, even though my mom literally would say no, because she said we were gonna get worms in our stomach. And so growing up, I never wanted any other chips, unless, like, fine, if it wasn't a hot chip, fine, a Dorito, or maybe Chester's cheese puffs, you know what I mean? Cheetos. But when I saw the other brands of chips, I was not intrigued. I did not want anything to do with them, okay? And so, sorry, I was just making sure the camera wasn't gonna turn off. But basically, Tahina, my best friend, put me on these at the beginning of the month. And these are Sun Chips. it even smells good. They're garden salsa sun chips. So when I saw these as a child, any type of sun chip, not just these, any type of sun chip, I said, that's healthy chips. Heck no. You're telling me I'm gonna eat chips and I'm gonna waste my bag of chips on these? No. And so I never gave him a chance. But we, like, for whatever reason, Tahina brought him into the house this month, and I said, okay, I'll give it a try. Okay, guys, do not what is that saying? Don't knock it until you try it. They were fire. I ate like a couple sandwiches this month for whatever reason, and I love, like, when I eat a sandwich, I want a sandwich and my chips and my drink, okay? And so when I was making my sandwiches, even if they're at home, I need my little chips on the side, and those were fire. Because sometimes you don't want a spicy chip, you just want a regular chip. Those are it. Give them a try. So those are processed, but I don't be having them every day. Number 7 is a song, and yesterday when I made this video I went so over explanation, but it's okay. I love this song so much with my whole heart. It literally came out like 5-6 days ago, so it's still relatively new, but it's been on repeat in my phone, and it is called Peter by Sunday. Also, I realized that my energy in this video is very high, so I'm sorry if it's like jumping at you, but it is called Peter by Sunday / IE, which IE is the other alias name he's going by now. I don't know what's going on with him. A lot of stuff I've been seeing on Instagram, but he's producing good music, so I just pray for him. But it's called Peter. Backstory: Tahina and I first heard the song, I think the day it came out. First line, listen with me. Peter. Tahina and I hollered in my car, like dying laughing. I look at her, I go, did Sunday just say, Peter, shut up? Peter, shut your mouth? Peter, no one wants to hear you talk? Like, we were dying. I was like, all I could hear in my head was the meme of the Mexican mom, or I don't know if she's Mexican, but the Latina mom who in Spanish, she's like, her kid says shut up, and she goes, ¿A quién le estás diciendo shut up tú? ¿A quién le estás diciendo shut up? Like, I feel like that's how Peter would react, you know? And so we were dying, and then 2 days later I was in my shower bawling my eyes out to the song because I read the lyrics, and I'll read them to you. I won't play them because I don't want to get copyright, but he says, Peter, be quiet for a minute. I know it's hard to listen. Listen closely to what I'm saying. I know your heart is in it, but can you please be still? Child, I see your love. You never sit down. Then you wonder if I'm still enough. Child, I see your work. One hug will not hurt. Just stay here and rest here for a little while. Wow. Sorry, I couldn't talk. And I bawled my eyes out because I think I've talked about this maybe in like the videos where I cry and I'm being vulnerable about my emotions, but when I'm in Seattle, I feel like my life is non-stop. There's not a day where I can just rest and be happy, or not be happy, but like rest and be free. Every single day is go, go, go. If it's the weekend, Saturday, I better be cleaning, getting my apartment together, and getting my work done for the week. If it's Sunday, I better wake up, clean, eat, and then head to church and come back, and like it's a cycle, and I don't ever feel myself rest. And so last week, I just, like I mentioned, I was getting overwhelmed with everything. You know, I started thinking these things in my head like, Lord, did you really call me to be an engineer, or did I have a big ego and just choose computer science, you know? And so I started feeling like this imposter syndrome of like, I'm the dumbest person in this class right now. Everyone knows that this little Mexican girl doesn't belong in this engineering class, and it's just like so much going through your head. And so this song just made me like cry and like, Lord, I'ma shut up. I'ma be quiet for a minute, and I'm gonna let you take over. And I'm not for a minute, forever, hopefully. I'm gonna let you take over and remind me that you are the one that's fully in control. I don't even know what's going on. I don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow, but you're gonna be in control. And so personally, please go give it a listen. I love Sunday so much with my whole heart. He has been one of the artists that like I've never heard a bad song from him, and he just makes, he puts the emotions that I feel into lyrics, and it feels so nice to be able to sing them, you know? But glory be to God that the Lord has used him in that way. Number 9, we have Bounce Girl. Oh, you did not need to hear me sing, but let's give you a little close-up. Thank you. I don't know if you can tell We have some curls in the front. The curls in the back not curling too well today. But I don't know if you can also see, I did dye my hair back to brown, or black. No, I accidentally dyed it to brown. It's supposed to be black, and you can see it in the sun. It's not the same color, but I no longer have my money pieces. And so with that being said, I actually think I'm going to end up getting rid of all the blonde. I know it's grown out back here, but it's because by the time graduation comes in about a year and some change, I just want my long, beautiful, natural black hair. I just want it to be long and luscious, and I just want to graduate looking like that. At least that's the plan now. And so something that I've been focusing on is my curls and trying to get them together. I used to have beautiful curls as a child. Literally went my whole life after I was 7, from like 7 to 18. Did not have curly hair, had the weirdest texture. And then I came to university and I started having curly hair, and it was phenomenal, but then I started dyeing it, and so it's been a process. And I have been doing, I've done this routine 3 times now. I have my soaking wet hair, I put in my leave-in conditioner, and then I put in this curl cream, and after that some gel, scrunch it up or diffuse it, whatever I do that day. And it's just, this has definitely been the difference, because I've been using the same leave-in conditioner for months now, and I noticed a big difference when I implemented this. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was expensive for this small little tub. Look how tiny it is next to my shoulder. It's only 6 ounces, but I kid you not, I literally just use like this much product, like just like that, rub it in super well, and then so I'll probably use like 2 of these on my whole head of hair, and it's just been working so well. So I recommend it if you have the change to spare. Definitely try this out, especially if you're like someone like me that my texture is like very, like some days it can be very, very tight curls, and other days it's like, girl, are you sure you have curly hair? So yeah, highly recommend. And lastly on here, I went thrifting a little over a week ago, and I found these big mason jars at the thrift store for $2. And I decided that I wanted to make cold brew, because I have tried cold brew in the past, but I haven't been the biggest fan, and I just have not been in love with my Nespresso anymore. So I was like, let me try to make cold brew, and guys, I kid you not, life-changing. I loved it. I made it with the Café Bustelo, and I have just been loving it because I don't have to brew anything. Like, this is already done. I just take it out of the fridge, pour it in my cup, and then I like to do cold foam on top. I've been making like the darks, I don't know what it's called, but it's the cold brew from Disneyland, and it's from Star Wars, the Star Wars world. I also know it's not called Star Wars world, but I call it that. It's cold brew, and then they put cold foam and then cocoa puffs, and I put coming off. But specifically, I've been doing it with the Café Bustelo. So good, very inexpensive, and it really does wake you up. And so loved it. I did buy these little lids on Amazon and the little filter, but I will say I've been trying to be a more eco-conscious queen, and so that's why I bought these at the thrift. But then the actual lid and the filter was like still over $20 when you could just buy the whole system for like $20. So just letting you know. But so with that, the like thing hand in hand, I also saw a recipe where you take the coffee grounds, let them dry out, and then you mix them with coconut oil, brown sugar, and a little bit of salt, and you make a coffee scrub. And I had just run out of my Tree Hut scrub, and I kid you guys not, I already used this the other day when I was shaving. It left my skin so smooth, so moisturized. And it just got me thinking to when I was like 10 years old, and I used to make stuff like this, or I used to make like the EOS lip balms. Like, I used to make stuff like out of the household ingredients, and I'm like, why did we stop doing that? Because now I'm like really also intrigued to make my own curl like gel. I've seen so many recipes with like flax seeds and stuff, and it's like, am I becoming granola? Which really does scare me, because growing up I was afraid of the granola moms, because my mom wasn't no granola mom. Excuse me, she was not a granola mom. Hello, granola mom? My mom was not a granola mom. She didn't like us eating hot Cheetos, but we was still eating everything under the sun, you know what I mean? But now I'm like in this phase of life where I'm like, I'm in my 20s. Let's make everything from scratch, which takes a lot of work, but I don't know, something about it. I would definitely recommend you try this out though, and especially if you're cold brewing your coffee, you already have the beans, like you're literally reusing something that you were gonna throw away. But yeah, those were my February favorites. I hope you enjoyed watching me. It was very all over the place. We had many different things to talk about, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you can continue watching my channel if you find it interesting. If there's any critiques or constructive criticism that you have for me, please let me know. Also, let me know if you've used any of these products and what were your February favorites, because maybe you can put me on, girl. Or whoever's watching this, you can put me on to your favorites. But yeah, I'm just trying to get better. Trying to be a better person inside and out, not only with my body and my like the way I'm feeling, but with my mind and the words that I'm using. So those were some of those things that were helping me this month. But yeah, I'll see you later.